Hello and welcome. This is PappaZappa. I'm here to deliver you another tier list today, and today I am joined by my esteemed friend Heckler.
Hello, everybody. Pretty excited to do this tier list. I am a zombies player and I really enjoy it. So let's do this shit.
Absolutely. Let's get right into it. Our first map is Nocturuntoten, the very first zombies map ever made. Originally, it was something you had to beat the campaign for, and then it would unlock kind of like an Easter egg. There's, it's a very simple map. There's only a couple doors you can buy, a cabinet you can buy a sniper rifle out of, the mystery box, which is okay. It has World of War weapons in it. The only wonder weapon is the ray gun. I would say for me, almost every session of zombies is made better by the fact that this is a warm-up round that I like to do on, and like you don't expect to live very long. And a lot of the problem with zombies is the inevitability of getting bored when you're just training zombies later on and just praying you die or something interesting happens. For that reason, I think Noct is a pretty peak map. I'm gonna go as far as to say A tier. Heckler, what are your thoughts?
I would agree with A. It is also the zombies map that started it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
A very hard map, if I do say so myself. Probably the hardest of the four in World at War. But I do enjoy it. It's definitely a good map if you're looking for a challenge. Um, I would probably place it around B.
I have to
A little
agree
above
with you.
average, but not my favorite.
Yeah, it adds importantly it adds the perks to the game, the first four perks, so Juggernog, Speed Cola, Double Tap, and Quick Revive. It has a crazy starting room challenge that I recommend everyone tries if you haven't, because it's actually insane trying to live in such a tight corridor. I'm inclined to agree that B is fine for Verruct. Now, Shinonuma is a really cool map, in my opinion. This is the only map where the zombies are faster than your walking speed, so you have to sprint away from them. This is also the first map with the Wonder Waffle, a very fun wonder weapon that electrocutes enemies, as well as the infamous glitch that lets you get to like round 130. It also introduces the zombie dogs. For all those reasons, I think that Shinonuma is honestly a pretty high tier map. I would say that it's probably A tier in my opinion.
You know, I feel like Shino Numa is probably my least played map when it comes to World at War. That doesn't mean I hate it though. For me, I would honestly place it probably around C.
Okay, we can meet in the middle. Would you rather play it than Verruct or nah?
Surprisingly,
Yeah, you would?
no, I wouldn't.
Okay. There we go. That answers that.
It is Shino Numa is like a classic for high round zombies though, because the zombies only had like when you played it solo, there's only a certain amount of zombies that would spawn every round, so you only have to kill like what is it like 24 or something each round.
It's not that many, and usually you can just use the trap to kill them, not even shoot at them.
Yeah. All right. This is probably my favorite of the World of War maps. Um, the Wonder Waff's in it. Although, is it Black Ops 1 or World at War where if you shoot the Wonder Waff and it hits you, it gets rid of your jug?
So, World at War has the infamous get rid of your jug meme, and then the Black Ops 1 has a nerfed Wonder Waff. So, the only one you're getting a good Wonder Waff on is on Shinonuma.
I still really like the map. Um, I would honestly place it in an S tier. It's probably it's one of the goaded ones, dude.
I mean, you're going to be hard pressed to find any zombies players who don't think Derice is S tier, in my opinion. It's the first map that added Pack-a-Punch. It also added the monkey bombs, both of which are incredibly important to the identity of zombies today. So yeah, I'm inclined to say this is also S tier. Now, Keener der Toten, this is another one of those classic zombies maps. For a while, I actually wasn't the biggest fan of it. It is a little brain dead when you get to the training portion of it, but I love the map layout. I love the Thunder Gun. I think that this is pretty much the quintessential zombies map if you want to show someone zombies, and this is often how it happened. I would be inclined to say that this map is probably also S tier.
That is fair, for sure. I feel like a lot of people would think Kino's an S tier, especially because I don't know. At least for me, this was one of the maps I was playing a lot as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, I grew kind of far apart from it once I got older. um, I would probably say I'd probably say A, mainly for the nostalgia.
Would you rate it above Nocturne Totem?
Yeah, probably
All right.
5. Oh boy, what a map!
As in, it takes 5 minutes to die.
Oh lord, yeah. This was like a map that nobody liked playing as a kid. Um, yeah, getting your weapons stole by the Mr. Thief man is not fun.
Nope.
It's very like close corridors, so you can't really train anything. You're kind of just running down hallways, like hoping you make it. Um, there's not really a whole much I got to say about 5. I would probably put it in. It's not a terrible map. I would either say C or D, either low C or high D.
Let me convince you that this is at least a D tier map, okay? So, you've already iterated on the Pentagon Thief, the tight corridors. Alright, well let's talk about the best part of the map, the Winter's Howl, the wonder weapon that sucks ass. It doesn't do shit.
It's a cool concept, but it does not do shit. Like
So, for that reason, I think it deserves a D tier.
yeah, that's fair.
Alright, so Dead Ops Arcade is a weird one. I played a little bit of it. It's alright. It's top down. It's kind of memey. I really don't feel one way or the other about it. I'd say C tier.
This is one that I actually ended up liking more when I got older. It kind of reminds me of roguelike games, and that's one of my favorite genres. It feels a lot like a roguelike. But I think C is probably fair.
Fair enough.
Especially because it's not necessarily a true zombies map. It's more of a game mode.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the only map out of all of them that I have not played a whole lot. But the few times I did play it, I really enjoyed it. It's a very big map. It introduced the monkeys, did it not?
Yeah, it has those weird monkeys that mess you up pretty bad, and if they hit you, steal your perk, or try to turn off perk machines.
Got jump pads in it.
Yep.
I think it's a good map. Uh, I'd probably put it. I'd probably put it A.
So, this is a map that has the return of the
Probably
Thunder
B.
Gun.
Because I personally just don't have enough experience to say that it could go that high, but I'm sure other people love this map.
It's the map that introduced Stamina Up, which is a beloved perk in my opinion. It also introduced PhD Flopper, which is just a Kung Fu classic. It introduced the Gershwin device and the Matryoshka doll. The Matryoshka doll's okay-ish. It's not really my favorite. But the Gershwin that like deploys a black hole, that thing is awesome. And I really enjoy it every time I get it. I would be inclined to agree that this is an A tier map. Personally, I prefer it to Kino. But I think that might be a little heretical. What do you think? Put it above Kino or not?
Honestly, yeah, put it above Kino.
Alright. So Call of the Dead is a little
God's
weird.
Kitchen is one of the most popular maps there is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Call of the Dead is a little weird. It devolves away from the main cast, and we get a bunch of movie star people instead, and the director is the main enemy. You get the death machine in this map. It also showed up in Ascension. I should note that. This is the map that introduced Deadshot Daiquiri, as well as the sniper rifle wonder weapon. It's a pretty big map. There's a lot going on. I don't hate it. I just don't really care for it either. The parts where you're in snow and not the snow, but the ice and you like go through the water kind of suck. There's not really too many good areas to train for what it's worth. I'm inclined to say that this is a C tier map.
I don't know. This is also a map that I started liking more when I was a little bit older. when I was a kid, I would just die on this map in like 10 minutes and like never touch it again. Yeah, I think C is probably fair.
Probably below Dead
Probably
Ops
higher
Arcade,
C.
honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. That's surprising, dude.
I don't know. I don't really care for Call of the Dead that much. Probably a hot take. A lot of people really like that one with George Romero.
Shangra-La is up next. This is probably the hardest map.
They really like bending you over a barrel on Shangri-La. I'll say that much.
Yeah. For that reason, I never played this map too much. It was like, because this was just like Call of the Dead for me, except Call of the Dead was a little better. I would hop into this map, die in 10 minutes, and then I'd be like, I don't want to touch this again.
Yeah, it's
And
extremely
I never
difficult.
learned the Easter eggs on this map or anything like that.
I'm trying to
I
remember
know the
what
Easter egg was
even
very long, though.
that is absolutely true. It has some unique weapons, but I can't even remember them honestly. Like this is such a forgettable map. If someone came up to you and was like, "Hey, my favorite zombie map was Shangri-La," I'd be like, "What the hell are you talking about, dude?" I'm
I
I
would
is it F
put
tier
it,
though? I don't know about
no,
that.
not F. Not F. The map at least looks somewhat pleasing.
That is true. I would
I
say
would honestly put it above 5.
yeah, just for that reason. The final Black Ops 1 zombies map, Moon, is it's rough. I don't know. Like I played this one a bunch. It's hard to get a fun run on it. The hacking device is like kind of cool, but the oxygen meme really pisses me off for the most part. The astronaut dude following you and hugging you, instantly downing you is not really my favorite. The Easter egg is admittedly really cool, but I'm not I'm not the biggest Easter egg person ever. I would say that I like this map slightly more than Call of the Dead just because it's such a cool concept, but that's it.
Yeah, I feel like this was one of the really popular maps, but I personally was never a huge fan of it either. I would probably I'd put it above Call of the Dead though.
Alright, I think we can agree on that then. Middle of C tier. We're going to skip the
Actually,
Black Ops
I would put it
1.
above Dead Ops Arcade too, to be honest.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. We're going to skip these Black Ops 1 remasters of the World at War maps. We're going to go straight to Transit.
All right, Black Ops 2 maps, the best maps, except for Transit. Transit's a hit or miss, I feel like, with the zombies community. They either love it or they hate it.
So where are you at?
I'm probably at, with Transit, I'm probably at low D.
Yeah, I mean,
I would rather just play town.
let's think about why this deserves F tier. There's the
Well,
fog. There's the
yep.
bus. It's not very well armored. You're getting overwhelmed all the time. The route to get Pack-a-Punch is absurd. The lava that you have to jump over sucks. The imps suck.
I do like that. The one thing I do like about Transit is that they have certain areas that you can go back and visit, like fucking Noct, for instance.
That is true. Noct is
And the
cool.
cabin in the woods was a cool thing they added. But I really don't enjoy running around the entire map while there's lava and fog and fucking
I will say this
head
positive about
crawlers
Transit.
chasing.
It is the first map to introduce Tombstone, which is a perk that I think is pretty fun. Kind of underutilized. It has the bank, which is amazing, and it has the fridge, which is okay. So for those 3 reasons, I think that it's not quite F tier. I think it could be the king of D tier.
Honestly, this is making me think there might not be an F tier map. Hold
Maybe.
on.
Maybe Farm is coming up. We'll see.
All right, yeah, I'd place it around there as well.
All right, how about Bus Depot? How do you think?
Pretty weak when we're talking about Black Ops 2 zombies. It wouldn't feel even right ranking this in the middle, as the next map's coming up. I would put Bus Depot honestly probably below 5.
I mean, it's a
And
good
probably
warm-up map.
interchangeable.
It has no perks, just a mystery box. So basically, it's the equivalent of Kina or of Nocturne Totem, but it has none of the charm, and it has lava. So yeah, I kind of agree with you. It's either D or F for me, and if you want to put it in D, that's fine.
Yeah, I would put it. Well, yeah, probably low D then.
Farm, I honestly hate Farm. I think this map is horrid. It's essentially like a Ruct slash Shino Numa copy in that it has perks and the mystery box, but it doesn't have the Pack-a-Punch. In my opinion, the World at War maps get a pass for not having Pack-a-Punch. The like Verruct and Shino Numa because it didn't exist yet. This map does not get the pass. I think F is for Farm personally.
Yeah. Farm. That's fair, dude. Because I don't think there's going to be another F tier map, so you might as well put it in its own fucking category, dude.
Yeah, that map sucks chungus, bro. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I really do not care for it. Do you have any words on Farm?
Well, I did. I will say I have had some good memories with that map when I was really young. But besides that, it just does not. It doesn't fucking live up to the name of Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So.
And therein lies the problem. Now, Town, though.
Town is probably the one of the 4 that's actually good on its own. Because what do people do when they load up on transit? They don't even take the bus. They run straight to fucking town. I like Town. It's definitely the best of the 4. I'd put it in high B. Well, low B, because I would still play the maps coming up over it any day.
Ooh, okay. I feel like I would, I was gonna say A, but you kind of talked me into it because it does have a couple things working against it. It has lava, which sucks, and it has the fog, which also sucks. And it's also a really tight map. I mean, it's good for just playing back zombies, but like you said, I'd rather play Verruct or Shina Numa, so I think it's fine where it's at.
You can go ahead. You probably like Nuketown better than me.
I actually really like Nuketown Zombies. You're correct. I think it's really cool how you can get just absolutely fucked by random perk drops. You never know what you're going to get. You never know if you're going to have to wait round 24 to get Juggernog, for example. I think it's fun to train in the backyards, and it can get really hectic really fast. And this is a great warm-up round. Warm-up map. Put it that way. So, like, I would rate it in... well, the fact that you can get fucked so hard, it kind of depends. If you like it, then A, but if you don't, then B. I'll go ahead and say it's probably the king of B tier.
So for me, I would say I definitely like Nuketown a lot more nowadays, but they didn't really like do much. They just took a multiplayer map that everybody loved and put it into zombie.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
But I will say it's like the perfect happy medium for like if you're not wanting to sit there through super late rounds and spend 30 minutes per round and also not just dying in like 10 minutes. So I would agree with you.
All right, king of B it
For
is.
that reason. Ooh, Die Rise. I loved this map when I was younger, and it took me a minute to get into it, but once I got into it and started learning how the map works, it got a lot better. The Sliquifier is definitely probably one of my favorite wonder weapons that they ever made, and it was a buildable, so you didn't even have to roll it in the box. Although I've seen a lot of people kill themselves with that weapon countless times. I think they also nerfed it as well because beforehand it had infinite damage, so it would just kill as many zombies that were there.
I think now it goes one shot to round 92 after the nerf.
Let's see. I would put Die Rise probably high B tier above Nuketown.
So, a couple things about Die Rise. I'll say 3 things I think that are important. It's the first map that had the AN-94. Actually, make that 4 things. The AN-94 is basically my favorite zombies weapon. It slaps so much. The dog replacement that they come up with kind of sucks. The little imps that come around and just like fly around, teleport, and stab
Yeah,
you a whole
but
bunch.
if you knifed them all, you get a free perk.
That is true, but they are annoying regardless. This is also the map that added the trample steam, which I really like how it lets you go back and forth between areas. And that leads to the final point. This is the map that I've seen more people fall to their death on than any other map in all of Zombies. It is so easy to fall to your death in this map. And you know what? I feel like Die Rise is a much more original map than Nuketown. And for that reason, I'm fine with putting it at the King of B tier as well. Now, Mob of the Dead, this is Tyler's favorite map as far as I'm aware. This is like a fan favorite for a lot of people in the Zombies community. It has so many Easter eggs, the golden spork, the random gat that you can get from like raising the blood in the warden's room. The story in it is really crazy. The just going to Alcatraz and then going back to the Golden Gate Bridge. The tomahawks, the blue and the red one. Feeding the dogs. There's so much going on in this map. It also has the AK-47 introduced for the first time in Zombies. And the Uzi and the Thompson. There's a lot going on for this map. The only downside I could really say is that it's kind of hard to find some good spots to train here and there. Other than that, it's an obvious S tier.
Yep, you pretty much covered most of it. I will say the Blundergat, not on its own, but once you get that fucking acid get part on it, dude, you're good till like round 100 on with that thing. And you also get monkey bombs on your gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you covered pretty much everything. The tomahawks are really cool, especially when you upgrade them. And yeah, definite S tier.
We are forgetting Electric Cherry, which is a fantastic perk that they added on this map. Now, is it better than Derice?
Yes.
Yeah. yeah, it is.
Even though Derice is an OG. I did not get around playing. I was super late to this train right here. Everybody loved Buried. I was just busy playing Mob of the Dead most of the time. But it's not a bad map at all. I never learned everything about it like I did Mob of the Dead. The whole like, what's the dude's name that you can like feed and he crashes into shit and stuff?
Everyone has a different
Leroy,
name for him.
name
Yeah,
is?
there's Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
There's like Mongo, whatever you want to name him. Big dumb stupid man, pretty much.
That's a cool mechanic. They also had a lot of really good camping spots. Like you straight up just chill by Juggernog and you're like good for until like round 35, some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our strat as well, where you sit by the two doors. I don't know what that area is called, but
It's by Speed Cola up in the courthouse.
this is the map that I would play if I was not trying to do much. If I was just trying to sit there and fucking camp till like certain rounds, see how far you can get, this is probably the map I would pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put Buried. I honestly don't think Buried is as good as Die Rise. Hot take. I would put it right below Die Rise.
So I'm gonna say a couple things about Buried since I really like the map. It has the Paralyzer, which for a little bit had the bug where you could climb into the tree and zombies just couldn't kill you, so you could just go infinite rounds with that. It also lets you fly around the map. It has the hedge maze that randomizes every time you go through it. The Witch's Manor, which you got to admit, those witches are bitches. They take your money. They're really not very nice.
I think they're a cool like addition to the map, though.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that they pose a threat to your bottom line. It reintroduces the fridge and the bank. Die Rise also had that, keep in mind. So, but it is really nice to be able to put your packed AN94 in here and just have it ready to go for the next time. It essentially makes it very possible to just set the game up on like round 1 or 2 and just bing chill, like Heckler was saying. The whole game, you can just mess around, doesn't really even matter. It's incredibly easy to get all 7 perks on this map. There's like 40 permanent perks that randomly happen. You never know when you're going to get them. The Vulturade was introduced on this map, which is like, it's kind of cool. It's, it's a hit or miss kind of perk. It works sometimes for being helpful. They have a unique revolver that's Old West themed. I'd say it's a very solid. Oh, and then it has the classic jump to get the LSAT meme at the beginning. I
Being able
think.
to reset the box too.
Oh yeah, exactly. You can freeze the box in place. This is an extremely player-friendly map to the point where a lot of people call it easy. And I mean, if you know what you're doing, I'm inclined to agree with you. So for that reason, I would say that it is at minimum A tier for me. So you said it's worse than Die Rise. I say it's A tier. I think that. I mean, would you be okay with it being above Die Rise?
I
Okay.
was gonna say that's probably perfect spot.
Okay. B for Buried. And then A for Ascension. Okay. And that leaves one map.
Origins. This one's cool. This is another one that I was like just not playing a lot when I was younger because I was strictly playing Mob of the Dead or Die Rise or yeah. So it took me a while to learn this map, but once I learned this map, it became very good. The staffs are really cool. It does take forever to set up on this map. That is probably the one downside. Everything else is really cool. The going into the robots to get parts, uh, little challenge rooms where you're upgrading the staffs and the puzzles and shit. I would probably put this right next to Mob of the Dead. It might be on very even playing field.
I'll say a couple things about Origins. It is an incredibly unforgiving map. You can easily just get pwned just randomly over and over again. Like you walk on mud and just get killed by like the Panzer Soldat because it drags you in.
Thank God there was stamina up in this map.
Oh yeah. There's a bunch of hidden chunguses all over the place, kind of in line with the rest of Black Ops 2, that really make this map nice. It has an alternative starting pistol, which is really cool. It upgrades to be like the Han Solo pistol from Star Wars. I too am a big fan of the staffs. The tank is kind of neat that's on this map. Not really great, it's just fun to ride around in sometimes. I'm a really big fan of the shield. We haven't mentioned that. That's on Transit, Mob of the Dead, and Origins. Can really help you out and save your ass when you need to just turn around for a second and take like 8 hits. I would be
No
inclined
more
to
back
say,
shots from zombies.
yeah, I would be inclined to say this map is also S tier and is above Der Riese, and we can just agree that they're about equal, Mob of the Dead and Origins, I think. And with that, that's our list. I mean, what are some takeaways you feel like on the list here?
I think the list looks pretty good, to be honest. I think some people are definitely going to disagree with our moon placement, but oh well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if the map wasn't so difficult and like jarring to play.
Yeah, I feel like people are going to look at that town, like town being above moon, or fucking like Newman Baruch and be like, "What the hell?"
Uh-huh. I get you for sure on that one. Oh, hold on, I got a name for this tier. It's that easy.
But yeah, no, I think it looks pretty good.
Oh no, that's not gonna work. We'll just go with D. Yeah, I think some people might be a little pissed off at Transit being so low because there's a lot of Transit glazers nowadays. If you played it at all when it came out, it sucked. It was horrible. And like even when you know everything about it, it doesn't make it much better.
Yeah.
I think maybe Dead Ops Arcade would be different if we knew what the fuck was going on all the way.
I actually like Dead Ops Arcade quite a bit now, but still, like I still think the ones above it are better.
I think it.
Like if I was gonna play zombies, I wouldn't say it's good. Like Dead Ops Arcade to me it is almost like a standalone game.
Uh-huh. I think it's important that we have different maps in each different tier. We're not just too like B is the most represented, but that's kind of a good thing. That means we're not overly glazing the series and we're not overly hating either.
I thought there was gonna, honestly, I thought there was gonna be a lot more maps way at the top. Then I started thinking, I'm looking at like one map, and I'm like, this would definitely go A, and I'm like, but no, because these ones go A.
Lol, yeah. It is interesting how Black Ops 1 didn't make S tier, but it did have 2 in A tier.
Yeah, that's
Whereas
fair.
World at War got an S and an A, and then Black Ops 2 had no A's but 2 S's. So, interesting. I think you can tell that we find Black Ops 2 to be the supreme of the particular zombies. Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, that's pretty much it.
Perfect.
I think it looks pretty good, and yeah, that was pretty enjoyable actually. I like tier lists.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad you could join me, Heckler. It was fun having you. If you guys liked the content, consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, Auf Wiedersehen.
Subscribe.